Blame Truth here, and I want this video to serve as kind of a warning because it's getting to be around that time of year. And I have seen this so many times during my time on YouTube and covering Call of Duty. And even though I've warned people in the past, I want this to be just the de facto creme de la creme warning. And that's French for good-ass cream warning, I think. Regardless, I want this to be just the number one warning you listen to if you listen to nothing else I ever say in my fucking life. So if you guys could, I would really appreciate if you like this video, just drop a little thumb up on it so more people can get it in their algorithm and more people can see it, and then hopefully more people won't be fooled yet again, because this year is going to be the most desperate fucking bullshit you have ever seen, and I'm going to tell you exactly what they are going to do, how they are going to do it, and what to watch out for in the coming months with Modern Warfare 4 Joseph's Wet Dream Edition. Because it's coming out soon, and they're going to deploy every dirty, rotten trick in the book, and I want you to be prepared. So without further ado, let's get right on into the meat and motherfucking potatoes, because viewer, I have a lot I want to get off my chest. So before I cover the Call of Duty news, maybe I should address the elephant in the room with Battlefield 6. So Battlefield 6 dropped an update that overall has been pretty positive, and I kind of want to check out the Steam charts here live during the commentary, and wow, they've managed to reverse their insane downtrend and their insane downfall to bring some players back. That's really good of them. Now, I personally have not played the new Battlefield 6 update yet, despite being a sort of Battlefield and Call of Duty channel, and the reason, it's quite simple, really, guys. Do you remember a game called Call of Duty World War II, made by Sledgehammer Games back in, I think it was 2017? You don't? Well, let this clip be a reminder of what it was.
Free for all! Move out and take position!
So yeah, that piece of shit. Now, me and Nero have similar opinions on Call of Duty games, it would seem. We like the same things, we hate the same things, but one thing we differ on is Call of Duty World War II. So when that game came out, basically what had happened is, I wouldn't call it like a giant piece of shit. I wouldn't call it unplayable. I wouldn't even really call it bad. It was just insanely fucking mid to me personally. Now, after about 6 months or so, they finally started listening to people, and they said, you know what, we're gonna overhaul the game. And they overhauled the game, and apparently the game was pretty fucking good. Like, I understand why people look back on it fairly fondly now. I saw that update come out, and I went over everything they were doing, and I'm like, huh, that's really good. Oh, but the only problem is I don't care. It's been 6 months. Now, I got my fill of Battlefield 6 before Season 1 and RedSec, which sounds like a venereal disease instead of a battle royale, but I digress. When those dropped, I saw the writing on the wall, and I saw exactly what they were doing. They were just ripping off Call of Duty's business model to a fucking T. And then they dropped AI slop in the shop, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just done. I got my 250 hours worth before Season 1 dropped. Like, most of that playtime is before Season 1 dropped. And then I just really haven't gone back to it since December. So this update might be good, and it might quench your thirst as a Battlefield fan, but for me personally, it's been too long, and I just don't trust them anymore. I'm sorry, but I am getting too old to be putting my trust into people that break it. And by people, I also mean gaming companies and publishers and whatnot. So I am just not interested. I hope it's good. I hope the people that are playing it are enjoying it. Most people seem to be pretty, happy with it. So that's cool. But I just have 0% interest.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about nothing. Nah. All my life people fuck with me. Don't you fuck with me, man. I just fucking hate people. I hate people. And I don't care! I just don't fucking care. I don't care.
And that's just me being honest. I'm sorry, but they've burned me, and they're really not going to get me back until their next game, which hopefully is later than sooner, because they were talking about doing yearly releases just like Call of Duty as well. Regardless, though, let's get into the main course here after a brief word from this video sponsor. If you guys are looking for an easy way to earn some extra cash in your spare time, consider today's sponsor, Copper. You can start by playing your first game on the app and earn $10 right away. And then you can keep earning through other games, offers, and more. Instead of doom scrolling on your phone, which gets you nowhere, it just earns people like Mark Zuckerberg, that creepy guy. It just earns him money and he doesn't need any more. But you probably do. And, you know, Copper is a great way to get a little bit extra cash and have fun doing it. So guys, the next time you're on your phone, instead of just going to Instagram and mindlessly scrolling, consider playing some games, having some fun, and earning real rewards and money. Hit up the link in the video description or scan the QR code on screen right now. Get yourself that $10 after playing your first game and earn some extra cash. All right, guys, welcome back to the video. So I posted this on the community tab. Maybe you saw it, maybe you didn't, but I'm going to recite it here because I genuinely couldn't believe it, and I still can't believe that we haven't found the floor with this shit. So Modern Warfare 2, when it came out to Steam in 2022, November 2022, and Warzone was bundled in with that, it had really high player numbers. I mean, 488,000 peak players with an average player count of 223,897 players. Now, keep in mind, this is a snapshot of the players at that given time. So over the course of the day, that's easily millions of players online, right? If we fast forward to today, Call of Duty has lost 90%, roughly 90% of its player base since launching the game in 2022 in November. I mean, and it just keeps dipping. There is no floor to this player count piecing the fuck out. I mean, I saw Battlefield change some things up and listen to the community, and lo and behold, some players came back and they had like a pretty big green month so far. Call of Duty just cannot manage that. People keep leaving in droves, and it's to the point where, like, yeah, I called this happening, and yeah, I said Call of Duty one day, if they keep this up, will be a footnote, but it's so much worse than that because it's not quite a footnote yet, despite selling, 60% less year over year from Black Ops 6 into Black Ops 7, despite losing 90% of their player base on the only metric we can track it on. All of that aside, what's worse than that is that now the reputation of the game is in the fucking gutter. If you go to any comment section talking about people leaving Call of Duty or they're sick of Call of Duty or even just talking about Call of Duty in general, everyone is fucking done. It's really quite simple, guys. Call of Duty is not fucking cool anymore. If you say you play the game, you are a fucking loser. Or at least that's how people look at you. Like if you say, hey, I play this game and I enjoy it, people are thinking, wow, this guy does not value his time nor his money, Like, what a fucking dope is what they're thinking. And I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. That is the sentiment I am seeing all across the internet, and for good reason. I mean, this game has burned every bridge, has ruined every bit of goodwill it has with the community. And I think the last straw, like the people still hanging on by a thread, are now gone with the bait and switch SBMM shit that was with Black Ops 7, where they said, hey, we're doing open matchmaking as the standard for launch of the game. 2 days before the motherfucker came out, they said, we're also going to include standard matchmaking along with that. No indication that was going to be a thing, by the way.
Let's get right into it with a juicy one. Are open playlists going to be the standard for launch? I'm very happy to say that the matchmaking that we introduced in the Black Ops 7 beta, which is the classic matchmaking where skill is minimally considered, will be the new standard matchmaking for Black Ops 7 multiplayer on launch.
Thanks to your beta feedback, the majority, they're no longer saying the standard, the majority of Black Ops 7's multiplayer playlists will have open matchmaking, which will be similar, not the same. Keep these words in mind here. They're wording it specifically for a reason. It will be similar to the beta experience, where skill is minimally considered. The exception, no mention of this whatsoever until now. The exception will be one rotating mosh pit at launch, where skill will be an important consideration, and ranked play will also use skill as an important consideration when it launches in Season 2. They managed to sneak in a babysitter, dumb fuck, thumb-sucking, manipulation, safe haven, safe space for little Timmy and his dad gaming on a 75-inch 2009 HD TV. Yeah. Made no mention of it. And I gotta say, are you surprised? Let's take a look at some of the responses to this on this tweet. Are you surprised? And then to add insult to injury, the open matchmaking playlist apparently isn't even like what it was in the beta. It's not the same at all. Some would argue that it's still as sweaty as ever. So, I mean, they just lost everyone with that. That was the worst move they could have possibly done. And we've talked about them, taking the game off of Game Pass day one for launch or whatever. And we've also talked about them not developing Modern Warfare 4 for previous gen consoles, which from what I have seen data-wise, that makes up about 25%, 30% of PlayStation and Xbox users still. Like, those people are still cranking up their fucking Xbox Ones and PS4s like they're old chainsaws or a 1987 Buick LeSabre with a bad carburetor or whatever. That's what they're still doing, though, and I don't really blame them, because why would you upgrade to a PS5? You couldn't really get them for a long time because of all the scalpers, and then now that you can get them, they raised the fucking price of them, so what's the point? Just stay on PS4 and Xbox One. But if people are on those old consoles and all they do is play like Madden and Call of Duty, I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't know if they're going to upgrade after the massive fall off and just tarnishing of the reputation of this franchise. I understand that the Modern Warfare name is pretty big, but their last game, it wasn't Infinity Wars, it was Sledgehammers, but their last game, MW3, didn't set the world on fire by any means. It sold like shit, to be completely honest with you. The only thing that sold worse than that was pretty much Black Ops 7, so there you go. So that's what's fresh in people's minds. Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 7, like, they're still peddling out this tired franchise. They're making every wrong decision now. They should have made these decisions years ago. The whole not putting it on Game Pass for free and the whole stop making it for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and whatnot. That should have been something they did back in like Cold War, or like Vanguard or whatever. The fact that they've waited this long with the biggest video game launch ever looming with GTA 6, I can't see anything but massive disaster when this piece of garbage drops its first bit of marketing. And I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. There are going to be people that are going to be fooled by this marketing, though. And I think you guys know, if you're watching this, not to fall for their tricks. They're going to say whatever they possibly can to get you to pre-order this tired slop. I mean, you're going to do it or you're going to not do it. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but you know what to look for. I think everyone watching this video knows that they're going to bullshit you and lie to you. But what's going to be worse this year, and I know for a fact they are going to do this, guys, because I've seen it, and I covered it with my last video a little bit, but they're going to pay people exuberant amounts of money to flat out lie to you about enjoying the game. Microsoft has like unlimited money here, right? They are going to do everything they possibly can to buy every popular streamer, every popular YouTuber. They're going to buy out their opinions of the game. And the thing is, if they do that, you won't really know it's an ad. But rest assured, guys, it is an ad. There's nothing wrong with ads. There's nothing wrong with making money if it's clearly labeled that it is an advertisement that you are being paid to promote. That's totally fine. I do it. Many other people do it. No biggie. But they are going to pay people possibly all year long to praise this dog shit game. And if you think I am just making this up and I'm making a mountain out of a molehill and they're not gonna do this, and BT, you are wrong. They've already fucking done it when they weren't desperate. Look at this.
I had a late sponsor kick in. It was Call of Duty Warzone. I hadn't answered their request for their sponsors for like the whole season. At the end, they were like, "Yo, dude, we'll give you like the rest of the budget, or whatever." I don't remember what it was. And then I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll do it." And they're like, "Well, you were supposed to play like once or like a couple times for 2 weeks, but you can do it all in the one day if you want." I played for like 12 hours, I think, and it was like a mil flat. That was the biggest condensed pause I've ever taken. Yeah.
$1 million paying a streamer to play, a big streamer. And that's when they weren't desperate. They are so desperate right now. You guys have no idea the links they would go to. I mean, hell, they're shutting down leakers. They shut down fucking leakers. Leakers that were allowed to exist and were free publicity for the game and free hype for the upcoming game. They want to control the narrative so much, they made some pawn Call of Duty community manager account or whatever, and they shut down every leaker they could. Ghost of Hope even said they're putting out like fake leakers as red herrings or whatever. They are narcissistic psychopaths, and they're going to do everything they fucking can to get you to buy the slop this year. Yet again, I am begging you not to fall for it, please. $70 is whatever, dude. $70, maybe we'll say $100, $200 on stupid cringy bundles and skins or whatever. That's not that big of an issue in the grand scheme of things, especially if you have a good paying job. What I am more worried about with you guys is addiction and the manipulation they employ in their games and the dark patterns we've covered in the past that they've actually done. And that's not just isolated to Call of Duty. That was in Diablo as well. Everything Activision Blizzard has a hand in is scummy as fuck, guys. And your time is something you can't get back. You can get back $70. You can get back a couple $100 or whatever. You cannot get back your time. I haven't found a way to do it. No one has. You will be wasting your time if you purchase Modern Warfare 4 this year. And I'm telling you right now, Nick Merckx, Scump, Tim the Tatman, the minute they start playing the new Call of Duty, call them the fuck out for what they are doing. I'm not upset at people making money at Call of Duty and Activision's expense. I am not. I am upset at taking these deals kind of under the table, playing the game, acting like you like it, and not disclosing it's an advertisement. You know what I mean? Like, it's scummy. Now, I covered the Burnt Peanut and others in that tournament, the AT&T tournament, but at least that's labeled an ad. I mean, Peanut hates Call of Duty, but they're so desperate. Like I said, dude, if I were to be the biggest YouTuber, if I were to become the biggest YouTuber on the platform overnight, okay, let's say I wake up and I have 1 billion subscribers and I'm getting zillions of views per video or whatever. They would hit me up and I could actively like shit on the game while they're paying me to play it for you guys. That's how desperate they are this year. If you do not believe me, when Modern Warfare 4 hype starts happening, watch the streamers, watch Nick Merckx, watch Tim the Tatman, watch XQC, watch all of these people who are getting paid under the table to give a verbal fellatio hand job sloppy toppy to this dying franchise. You know I am speaking the truth, and all I'm trying to do is help you. Please, guys, please, for the love of God, don't fall for it this year. It's going to be harder than ever to see what's fact and what's fiction, but I will let you know right now, I will stay factual. I'm not getting paid under the table by anyone. I never have. I probably never will, because I am A, not big enough, and B, too opinionated. So there you go. I'm in this weird limbo, this weird middle ground. But regardless, guys, I digress. I am going to end this video here. Just be careful. Keep your head on a swivel. I hope you guys enjoyed. Rate, comment, and subscribe if you did. Ring that notification bell. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Peace.